Do you like Bruno or not?
There's some Arsenal fans over here as well. I've seen that. You better go out there because you've won fuck all. You don't win.
Hello and welcome to one of my favourite subjects. Followers of this channel will know how I love to shine a spotlight on the incredible global support of Manchester United Football Club. There's nothing I like better than travelling around the world to meet fellow Reds. In this series of programmes we'll be visiting New York and Toronto, where I filmed our Treble winner Jaap Stam on a memorable tour to celebrate the 25th anniversary of that iconic triumph of 1999. Our adventure began in New York City, where United have a loyal band of followers. And one of the most popular meeting places is the famous Long Acre sports bar, co-owned by Peter Holland, who launched the original USA Supporters Club of Manchester United back in 1992. I was lucky enough to time my visit to coincide with United's winning end to our Premier League campaign. It was the day we signed off with a 2-0 win at Brighton. Look out for my video dedicated to the Long Acre bar, especially if you're planning a trip to New York City anytime soon. The Long Acre bar has an amazing location just next to Times Square. And I do love this classic t-shirt that Pete gave me to remember my first time at his bar. Long Acre is a popular destination for ex-players and our former manager, Sir Alex Ferguson. Meantime, over at Smithfield Hall, some of our passionate United fans were lucky enough to enjoy an intimate evening with Jaap Stam in conversation with Hans Hansen. A good turnout for a Wednesday night.
When I joined United in '98, with the likes of course Keane and Scholes and Beckham and Giggs and the Nevilles and Irwin and Pete and Andy and Yorkie came as well. We were no big stars, we were just players who wanted to do well for this club, wanted to help the manager, Sir Alex, and he told me as well, when he signed me on as well, he said, Jaap, I want to bring you within the club because I want to win trophies and I need to have players who want to win trophies. And that was for me a big decision to make, and but for me it was easy, it was not a difficult decision. When I had that conversation with him in an small apartment somewhere in Amsterdam, for me it was easy to say, okay, I'm going to be joining you because I want to make a difference as well. And times are changing, and we all know that, times are changing, that there's more people involved, there's family involved, there's friends involved of the players, there's agents involved, there's so many opinions from people. And as a player, you need to make your own decision. You need to choose with your heart a little bit as well. I know your bank account is quite important as well, but after 2 weeks with United, you're quite good, I think.
It proved to be a brilliant warm-up for a hugely successful gala dinner 2 days later, hosted by Toronto Reds. One of our newest supporters clubs, founded by Intek Ahmed and his partner Jessica Bindra. They only launched their supporters club at the start of the season. Arriving in Toronto on what was our FA Cup final weekend, we were a long way from Wembley. I did tell my co-promoters months ago I had a feeling that United were going to reach the FA Cup final, but everyone thought I was being over-optimistic about our chances of winning silverware. As it happens, the 4 Points Hotel is literally a couple of minutes' walk from the airport. It's just across the road, in fact. This was the view from my hotel room. But frustratingly, flight times made it impossible to get back for the FA Cup final. Meantime, this was my first ever trip to Canada, so I wanted to see some sights that Toronto is famous for. 24 hours later, we were spending the night before the Cup final with City at a sold-out gala dinner. An evening with Jaap Stam, a pretty cool experience for everyone involved. And as we soon found out, Jaap shared my optimism about winning the FA Cup.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jaap Stam, everybody!
It's great to be here.
Good to see such a turnout up in Canada as well, isn't it?
It's unbelievable, isn't it? I expected 2 tables, but it's a little bit more than that. No, it's very good. It's always good, and I told a couple of you guys as well that as a player, when you're playing football, And then, for instance, when you're at Old Trafford and you play in a stadium of like 80,000, and back in the day when we played, I think it was 60, maybe 50, 56. You don't realize where the fans, where they're coming from and what they're doing, you know, and to support the team as well. And during your career, when you're playing and you go all over the world and you play your games and you see like the fan base is all over, you know, it's really amazing to see. And then also you get like the real feeling about the club Manchester United, how big this club is and where all the fans are. And it's also good then as an ex-player afterwards when we do like these types of jobs and we go all over the world as well to see the fans and see you guys over here in Canada as well, which I didn't, well, I knew it now, of course, but in the beginning of my career, and I've never known that all the fans are like all over the world, which is amazing to see. And it's great to see, as a former player as well, the support that you give to the players, which is amazing. And sometimes maybe, you know, you don't have the intention, or you don't have the feeling that the players know that as well, especially if you see fucking United play now. But that's they really appreciate it. Believe me, they really appreciate that you guys are watching them, supporting them, and you know, helping them out, because it is the truth. Thank you very much for that. Yeah.
And I just must congratulate as well Intec, just 1 year after starting up the Toronto Reds, putting an event like this together as well. That's really impressive in such a short amount of time.
It is. You know, I think they've done a great job, because I've been to many events, and I can tell you I've been to events, you know, and to people who've have done this line of work a lot longer. But for you guys, it's really extreme, very positive, very good in how you organize everything, and a lot better than others did in Europe as well. So yeah, my compliments. Very good.
In the first half, we will talk about today's United side. This is a half important game tomorrow, the cup final.
Yeah.
What do you think?
What do you guys think? Just give me like an impression. What do you think? There's some Arsenal fans over here as well. I've seen that. You better go out there, because you've won fuck all. You won. You don't win. You don't win. Yeah. No, but I think United is going to win this game, and yeah, because I really have a feeling. And it's not because of how United has been playing, of course, the whole season, because we know how they've been playing this season. You know, but they've played certain games this season as well, difficult games against Arsenal, against Liverpool as well, that they can really prepare themselves in a very good way to get a result. And this game tomorrow, the FA Cup final, is a game on its own. So you need to prepare. You don't need to think about what happened in the past. You don't need to think about the season anymore, you know, how the season has went. You need to think about winning a trophy. It's all about winning a trophy. So you need to be prepared, you know, to do everything, to give everything that you have in your power, you know, to get a result. And everything's allowed as well. So when you need to put a bloody tackle in, you just do it. You know, when you need to target Haaland in a certain way, you just do it, because you need to get a result. You know, and we all know the quality of City, of course. You know, they've done very well, and it's hard to say that. You know, I know that as well. But if the focus is right and they show the mentality what they need to show, then I'm confident they're gonna have a result tomorrow. You know, at the end of the day, we're all cheering in town and we're partying and drinking beers and bottles of wine. I'm sure of that. Or a glass of water is fine by me as well. But at least we win. Yeah.
And with the stories coming out today.
What stories?
From The Guardian, from Sky Sport, that it's Erik ten Hag's last game no matter what happens. Do you think that will affect the team? Could the players actually turn up because of that and just prove that they're behind the manager?
Well, they can do, and they've done that before, because during the season as well, in certain games when it didn't go well, and everybody thought, you know, okay, he's lost the dressing room. You know, the players won't work for him, and then they played some good games, got good results, and then, you know, you have the feeling, okay, the players are willing to work for this manager. The fact that, you know, in the papers it already is is being said that, you know, they spoke to Ten Hag, and Ten Hag is going to be sacked after this particular game is very bad. Should this be the truth, we need to be honest as well. It is very bad management if it was the truth, you know, because you can't do that. But I think to read this in the paper as a player as well, and I think everybody, if you have a little bit of compassion for your your coach or for your teammate in every way as well, then you want to work for him, you want to do well, and you want to get a result. And I think the players want to turn up, and I think the players want to show. And even if they're not doing it for Eric, they need to do it for themselves as well, because you need to win trophies. Because there's nothing better as a player, you know, at the end of the day, at the end of your contract, that you can say, yeah, but I've won the FA Cup, and we beat fucking City. You know, and they were supposed to be the best team, you know, and that's what it's all about, and that's what you need to do. And I think they will support Eric, and get a good result, and help him out.